Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is part 2 of Learning System Informer. I will focus on process analysis which covers running programs, threads, handles, loaded modules and live memory inspection. Does not require a full external memory dump. Run it as admin to make sure for proper administrative privileges. Right. Okay. Make sure to turn kernel driver mode on. Okay. Let me turn my kernel driver mode on. Okay. See. This will allow to inspect the memory of protected processes like CSRSs and LSASs. Okay, in rare case it can cause a blue screen issue, so keep it in mind also. I will cover processes and services. You can see informations like process names, PIDs, CPU, and IO activity. The PID or process ID. This is basically a unique number assigned to every running process. It changes whenever a process restarts or the system reboots, except for the system process, which will always have a PID of 4, like always. Okay, and IO total rate. This is actually a combined read and write operation of a process per second, and spikes in it might indicate logging, injection, or network communication activities. Private bytes. Okay, this is the amount of memory that a process is using exclusively. This can be increased by external codes. For example, in HD player, if a private byte is more than 1800 MBs, it means that external code or cheats are being used. Tools like MemoryTech can artificially reduce memory usage. Okay, we are in the general tab. You can view details like start time, image path, and command line and parent process. Start time is especially important because temporary artifacts are lost whenever a process restarts. Comparing process start time with system boot time or related process can help identify that process was restarted. For instance, like my CSRSS was started 46 minutes ago, but my Explorer was started just 4 minutes ago. It means that I have restarted my Explorer.exe. Okay, see, the parent process information is also critical because it shows which process now in the current one. Any unexpected parent-child relationship may indicate injection or use process creation. Okay, before we go further, you will have to understand every process run in its own virtual memory space, which keeps it isolated from other processes. And each process has subprocess, we call them threads, and they share the same process memory. Token is what Windows uses to enforce security policies, and it contains information about the user accounts. By analyzing tokens, you can determine exactly what privileges a process has and whether it is running in an elevated context. The handle tab shows all kernel object references a process has open. This includes files, registry keys, and other processes. Handles are important to analyze because unusual handle can indicate persistence, resource abuse, or even hidden activities. In the module tab, okay, you can see all DLL and executable currently loaded into this particular process. Here you can check each module's path, base address, whether it's signed, and how it was loaded. System Informer can also help detect injected modules or suspicious behaviors by logging automatically. I will load a module for demonstration. Load module. Okay, see, I just loaded a cheat module. And you can also see the module like in here, which I just loaded. I can show you. Wait. See, this is the module I loaded, deleted hex.dll. I can also unload the module from here. Okay, see, these are the properties. The created time and time modified. I can check with for the headers. Memory tab lets you inspect live processes memory. You can see the base address, size, region type, and working sets. Suspicious injected code often appear as private executables and not backed by any file on disk. System Informer allows you to generate a string dump from memory. Okay, let me always enter a minimum length of 4 and check all the boxes. Now it will create a string dump. Okay, so the dump is created. You can filter by contains, contain case intensive, regex or regex case intensive, which makes it easy to search for domains, API calls, debug strings, or framework identifiers. So this is an imgui.ini which was created by my module which I loaded. This is a temporary artifact and will be cleared when I restarted the process. I'll show you by restarting my explorer.exe. See, I restarted my explorer.exe and see the PID also changed. Okay, now we will search for the strings again. Again, search for contain case intensive imgui.ini. See, the imgui was temporary and it is removed now. Same thing will happen with kiosk. The module also creates kiosk. I can show you by searching strings of kiosk on DNS. Again, strings for and check all boxes. See, the DNS is currently showing kiosk strings. Let me just terminate the DNS. Contain case kiosk. Now, see, the string of kiosk is cleared now. The way to check if string is cleared is simply to check the service start time, because the start time will also change. See, 24 seconds. Okay, DPS. DPS stores telemetry related to recent application executions. You can dump the strings of DPS, like you can save it, okay? And by dumping DPS data and analyzing it with tools like DPS Analyzer, we can view recently executed processes and activities. This is a very common filter for DPS. It shows recently assessed executables, right? Okay, wait, let it happen. Modules loaded into process can be dumped with CSRS and can be analyzed. Oh, okay. This is a very common issue. It happens because of the stable version of System Informer. To fix this, simply go to the help, check for updates, and download this canary version. It will start to download. This will basically help you assess protected processes memories. Filter with regex, contain case. These are the filters used to search for suspicious EXEs and DLLs. Let me just dump them. You can use Spookin's path parser to check whether they are signed or not. It also checks for Yara detections. You can check it manually as well. Save the dump in the same folder in which path parser is installed. Remember to name it paths.txt for path parser to analyze it. I will create a dump for DLL file as well. Okay. Okay, there is an option called the zombie process. These are the processes that have been finished but whose entries still exist. This happens when handles have not been fully released. If there are a large number of them, it can be because of apps that load many processes. So this is an important consideration while using System Informer. Okay, you can also create a live dump with System Informer. These are the options. This is actually very important, and you can see the sixth option, only kernel thread stack. This will only save the kernel thread stack, so it can save a lot time. Alright, so this is Spooken's GitHub. These are his repositories. I won't create a live dump, but you can analyze it with kernel live dump tool. You can also add your custom strings. Like this also have the option to add your own custom strings if you want to. I will show you how to use path parser. Okay, go to releases and download this path parser.exe. I have already installed, so I won't install it. Okay, now I'll show you. These are the dumps we created from CSRSS. Change the file name to paths.txt and set it accordingly. This will basically check whether the files are signed and like will check for Yara tools detection. Okay, these are all the files that have been replaced. Okay, and we will do the same with the other dump. Okay, see, this is the cheat module which I loaded earlier, and see, this is showing unsigned and also have detections here. Okay, now about services, there is not much to do with the services, or like I don't know much about them. You can see all services even if they are stopped, terminated, or suspended. I don't know much about them, so sorry for that. Okay, this is it for the video. I think I've explained my part quite well, in my opinion.